Hi, everybody. We're going to do day 2 of the new you. I just want to jump right in. Are you ready to get out of the trap? Out of the thought patterns and default settings of your past? Out of the present day story where you see yourself as a slave to your personality and programming? Are you ready to get off the treadmill? No more wasted days making yourself miserable by measuring yourself against an idea, an unrealistic version of a person God didn't create you to be in the beginning. No more waiting to feel worthy or killing yourself to live up to something that's beyond you. It's impossible. It's possible, but it's not always simple. I wish I could tell you there was a one time decision you could make to accept yourself as you are right now, weakness and all, while simultaneously growing into the next level of strength God has for you. But it doesn't work that way. The true you is always trying to break through, but it's a breakthrough that isn't without tension. It's a tension I'm all too familiar with. I know the tension of living with who I am now and wishing and wanting to become what I know I was meant to be all along. Have you ever felt that? I think most of us can relate to that you're living this mundane life of going through and doing your responsibilities, but you feel like there's something more. There's something more you should be doing. You could have a better life. That's the tension. And that something more is, you know, the person that God created you to be. And uh it's a journey and it is a breakthrough. And it does take breaking and it does take pressure to get through it. Okay, so I'm just going to read that again and move on. I know the tension of living with who I am now and wishing and wanting to become what I know I was meant to be all along. I know the embarrassment of not living up to my expectations. For my own maturity, when I've gotten stressed or angry, times when I know I'm capable of doing more, of getting it right, or yet once again I've fallen short. I can feel so it can feel so confusing, so contradictory. I've had moments when I shared wisdom with my oldest son while we were lifting weights together, and I felt like Yoda, Warren Buffett, and Billy Graham all rolled into one. Just in case you ever see this Stephen Furtick, I agree with that statement. You're pretty awesome, and your message always hits the heart, even when you might not feel it. But then I've had another other moments where I felt more like Homer Simpson's. Homer Simpson, no. I've had moments like the one where I took my daughter to see Hamilton in New York, and we created a tournament bracket of the best Hamilton song. And I told myself she'd probably never find a man as good as me. But I've also had moments when I hoped to God she would never marry someone as impatient and irritable as I can be. I've had both. We've all had both. We've had good moments, we've had bad moments. We're all familiar with the trap of doing you and the treadmill of future you. I'm sure you've had moments of breakthrough followed by moments of breakdown, but the breakthrough serves a purpose. They let you know it's possible to become that person you glimpsed ahead, not just occasionally either. not just once in a while. That person you see is the real you breaking through. Think about that. Let yourself believe that. Can you picture like where you could be in a year if you really just believed in yourself? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish in the next year? And the biggest part of that, and this isn't in the book, I'm just talking, is just doing one thing each day. If you can do one thing each day to get you closer to that progress, if you do one thing each day, in a week, you're going to find yourself wanting to do 2 or 3 things each day. As long as you are making progress, you will feel more at ease and more self-worth, more content with your being. Okay, so I'll read that again and move on. The person you see is the real you breaking through. Think about that. Let yourself believe that. The moments when you act on an instinct to be generous, the moments when you choose freedom over addiction, the moments when you choose compassion over judgment, the moments where instead of sliding into self-destruction, you actually do the thing that you know is going to make you feel better at the end of the day. And we all have those things in our lives that we know make us feel better. Make sure you do one of those every day. Oh, I gotta go. My brother's here. Bye. God bless.